So leo nataka explore thought process ambayo nimekuwa nikiona. So kuna hii project ambayo like inaitangwa what if. What if inakuanga like a thought process ya kujaribu kufikiria if unge change something about ama unge take something about the past ujaribu kuchange, and then ujaribu kuangalia possible outcomes ambazo zingetokea from that particular situation. So hiyo ndio the possible, hiyo ndio the like light explanation of what if. So for me technically I think mi rephrase hiyo Discord niite ingekuaje. So ukiangalia kwa this particular series ambayo ninajaribu kuanza, najaribu ku explore what would have happened to Kenya's past kama badala ya Kenyatta Kenyatta wa kwanza kukuja to power, Jaramogi instead angekuja to power. So kwa wale wajui, Jaramogi for me is arguably one of the most principled politicians tushaikuwa now in terms of maadili na kuhold to your own. I think ni one of the top politicians ambao ukiangalia kwa Kenyan history. Kenyatta ule senior I will not go into it, but kwa wale wanafollowing history ya Kenya, that will not be said about Kenyatta. So in this particular situation, ninataka kubadilisha an aspect of history ambayo like badala ya nani kukuja into power, badala ya Kenyatta kukuja into power ni Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Now, for those who don't know, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga alikuwa ameofariwa kuwa president ama kuwa the main person in Kenya's politics. Angekuwa there was a chance in history ambayo yeye angekuwa our first prime minister and later on president. But because of his values ama his ideas, akaona that the best people kuchukua power at that time ambao walikuwa wameshed the most amount of blood ni maybe from watu wa Mount Kenya na people who had been disenfranchised from their land. So aka opt to step down for nani akuje into power, Kenyatta. Sa in this particular situation, he doesn't do that. Ana choose to get into power. So here is some of the things ambazo mimi nilikuwa naona how it would have played out. So ukiangalia for example, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga was one of the leaders wa especially Kenya ambaye alikuwa anaegemea sana Soviet Union. Now this time in history in the 60s, the Cold War imeanza kuheat up. So for those who don't know, the Cold War ilikuwa mvutano kati ya USA na USSR at that time, ambayo USSR ilikuja kudissolve later. But during that time kulikuwa na hiyo mvutano. So kwa this particular situation, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga anaegemea more. Alikuwa, in fact, he was one of the people alikuwa anaegemea more to the USSR. So policies zake, you will imagine at that time zingia shift more towards USSR. So hiyo ndio the first major point ambayo like inge happen during this time. Ungepata that Kenya as a country tungekuwa closer to the east rather than the west. So hiyo ni the first thing ambayo inge change. Number 2 ni scenario fulani ambayo inge happen is that the East African community ingekuwa much tightly bonded. So for those who don't know history ya Kenya a lot, especially at that time in the 60s ama nini, Kenyatta was one of the people ambaye alifanya ali accelerate the dissolution of the East African community. In what way? Yeah, there might have been influences from abroad, but kulikuwa na an effort ya kujaribu ku break up draw a wedge between the East African community. So in this particular scenario, I foresee that because nani alikuwa a bit socialist na nani anaitwa Jaramogi Odinga would have angekuwa more closer to integrate the East African community as it was then. So hiyo ndio the second thing I think inge play out that is fundamentally very different from how mambo iliendelea on this side of our history. The third thing ningeona like ni mambo ya land redistribution policies. So ukiona venye Jomo Kenyatta alihandle land redistribution policies, it left a lot to be desired, especially, and that not only for what were all other parts of the country, but pia people from wale walikuwa wamedisenfranchisiwa, because he was so close to western powers. Hakuwa willing kuchukua the land from wale people who walikuwa who are like colonizers ama settlers, alikuwa na more gradual phase out of settlers in most of Kenya. So hiyo ndio, I think hiyo ni another policy ambayo ingia shift dramatically under Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, because Jaramogi, I foresee him being more assertive kwa land kurudishwa. So hiyo ndio the third thing. Kwa the fourth thing ni because of those first three things ambazo nimemention, I think at this time, by the time ingefika the 70s, the West ingeanza kuretaliate a lot. So ukiangalia some of the things ambazo zinge happen, na hii ili happen all over Africa for Western powers ambao walikuwa na feel aggrieved by the people running the country at that time, ni that kungekuwa na a lot of economic stagnation, ama kungekuwa na a lot of kujaribu ku-upset the country. So in what way? Unaona kama for example, because the West hakuwa nataka the policy ama wataki the policies ambazo zinapitishwa na Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, I foresee a situation whereby kuna actually sanctions zimeplaced against us for Kenya sasa. So trade ingekuwa a lot more difficult, na because of economic stagnation na kukosa pesa, I also foresee a situation whereby ingekuwa very hard kujiintegrate into the whole global financial economy. So hiyo ni the almost like the fourth thing I'm thinking ya play out. So economic stagnation ingia to hit. The fifth thing ni, and ni almost like a underhanded thing, ni that kungekuwa na an effort sasa ya kujaribu ku overthrow that government. So I foresee a situation whereby the intelligence services, either CIA ama MI6 ya Britain, wange either stalk away ama wange find a way ya kuassassinate Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, because he is not playing ball to Kenya wanataka. So hiyo ndio something that you really have to consider at that time. And ukiangalia in history kama ya Lumumba, all the leaders ambao walikuwa anti-West ama nini, walipatikana that most of them were assassinated. Now also the likelihood that kungekuwa na wangetumia those same intelligence services kuanza sasa kustalk either ethnic clashes ama inter clan ama inter ethnic wars, ingekuwa very high, because by then I am sure just when it happened to places kama Chile ama nini, kungekuwa sahi kungekuwa na military, the likelihood that kungekuwa na military dictatorship in Kenya would have been very high, especially given tendencies ya the Western countries at that time. So hiyo ndio the five things I think zinge play out kama Jaramogi Oginga Odinga angekuja to power as opposed to Jomo Kenyatta. Although, na ndio the funny thing about like life, although Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, he is way more principled, he would have brought us closer together. At that time, kulingana na venye how the world was playing out, the likelihood that watu wange destroy the country just to prove a point would have been very high. So hiyo ndio the thing I think inge play out. Those are the five things I think zinge play out. So sometimes as much as we might not like some of the things ambazo like Jomo Kenyatta alifanya, now we might find them kind of selfish, who grab all that land na nini, it might have actually saved us from a much worse fate given Kenya ilikuwa inaendelea at that time. Anyway, that's my take. Wewe unaweza niambia how wewe unaona inge play out.